Thanks for joining us today on College Reviews. I'm Bryce.
And I'm Matthew Kamin. Today we are at Purdue University looking at the mechanical engineering major in the College of Engineering.
We will also be looking at aviation engineering technology here at Purdue.
Here we are in front of the mechanical engineering building at the Engineering Mall here in Purdue. According to Purdue's undergraduate admissions website, Purdue mechanical engineers learn to design, develop, manage, and manufacture engineering systems both big and small. So let's go take a look inside. Here we are in the atrium of the mechanical engineering building. As you can see, they have multiple display cabinets of past engineering students' projects. Also on display, they have a cutout of a mechanical gas steam turbine engine, just to show what mechanical engineers do. Mechanical engineering students here at Purdue will learn lots of math and science, as all engineering students do, but they also have 12 mechanical engineering specific classes that they're required to take at the university. These classes include thermodynamics, machine design, mechanics, and just every class you can think of that teaches a student how to design a mechanical object. For example, in thermodynamics, students will learn how heat transfer works through materials and how it affects the properties of materials. In computer-aided design classes, they will learn how to use AutoCAD and Inventor to help model projects. And in machine design and mechanics design, students will learn how parts interact with each other and how to design parts to be more efficient. For mechanical engineering, it's recommended that you have a Holland Code of IRE, which stands for Investigative, Realistic, and Entrepreneurial. Students who fit this Holland Code are normally like to come up with new ideas that solve real-world problems. They like to deal with things in the real world, and they like to work for themselves and be leaders. They like to take leadership roles and help out people as a group. My Holland Code personally is RIE, which gets a congruent score of 13, which puts it as an average fit for me in mechanical engineering. In order to codo into first-year engineering here at Purdue, otherwise to get into mechanical engineering, you have to be in first-year engineering first. You have to have a 3.2 or better GPA. You have to have taken specific classes set by the university, including Calc 1, Chemistry, English, Communications, and Engineering 131, which is Introduction to Engineering. You must also attend codo meetings in which advisors in the mechanical engineering department will decide whether or not you are a good fit. And you must also submit the codo application before the deadline in November. Here we are at the entrance to Purdue University, and I figured I'd tell you about where Purdue students end up after obtaining a mechanical engineering degree. Most Purdue mechanical engineers become mechanical engineers and work in industrial fields. They work in all forms of industry, everything from materials to civil engineering and electrical engineering. Some mechanical engineers do attain a law degree, and they also work in law, mostly doing patents. Doing patent transactions, and also some do join the medical field and are mechanical engineers in the medical industry. Mechanical engineers, they are the most diverse field that you can possibly get into in engineering. Mechanical engineers work in every industry, as I mentioned in the jobs part. I believe students should become a mechanical engineer if they feel like they want to be able to do anything once they graduate.
Aviation engineering technology is spread through a bunch of different buildings here at Purdue. So to make it convenient, we're going to just spend our time at the Neil Armstrong building and the impact that he had on aviation technology. And right above me, if you can see right here, there's actually an airplane hanging from the ceilings of the Neil Armstrong building. Here we are inside the Neil Armstrong building, and I'm going to tell you a little about the major and what you learn in it. So according to the Purdue Undergraduate Studies website, the aviation engineering technology is a cross between aviation engineering and aviation technology. Now, this major is more hands-on than your normal engineering courses. And what they learn is to think critically, and they get a wide variety and perspective of the aviation field and what they do and possible career opportunities after graduation. So here we are in the basement of the Neil Armstrong building, and I'm going to tell you a little about the specific courses required for aviation engineering technology. One of the courses is AT-307. Now this is an advanced aircraft systems class. This is the in-depth study of the aircraft components and things that happen on an aircraft and the operation of it.
Another class is the AT-445 class. This is aircraft electronics, and it is also in-depth study of the electronic computer-based systems on the aircraft that allow for navigation and operations of engines. Now, the plan of study of aviation engineering technology requires you to take 2 quantitative reasoning classes, Math 158 and Math 221. It also requires you to take Tech 120 and Physics 218. And no foreign language credits are required, and you only receive 4 free elective credits. Aviation engineering technology has a Holland code of RIE. RIE is realistic, investigative, and enterprising. The R stands for realistic, which is hands-on, which comes from the technology portion of aviation technology engineering. The investigative comes from the engineering portion, and enterprising is the management portion that you learn through taking the course. Now, the CODA requirements to transfer into aviation engineering technology are a 2.5 adjusted GPA. You cannot be on academic probation, and there must be space available in the major. So it's pretty easy to get into aviation engineering technology.
So some possible career opportunities after graduation for aviation engineering technology include product and manufacturing engineer, technical and product support, and aviation maintenance management. And the reason why you should choose aviation engineering technology as your major is because you never know what you could do with it, and maybe one day you'll end up going to outer space like our good buddy Neil here has.
So now that we've told you a little bit about both of these majors, how about we compare them?
So first of all, the aviation engineering technology requires 120 credits to graduate.
Whereas mechanical engineering requires 128 credits.
Now, neither one of ours requires a foreign language credit.
And both of ours have many major specific classes that we have to take.
Now, I have 4 free electives, which isn't very many.
Whereas I have none and only 1 selective.
So he has it more rough than I do. So
now that you guys know, I hope you guys have a better understanding of these 2 majors. If you'd like more information, please check out Purdue Undergraduate Admissions website to find more information.
Thanks for joining us today on Campus Reviews.